So I just got this about a month ago. Have been using it probably good 10-15 times. It's really easy to use. You plug it into the wall, and the other end of the cord, just plug it into this hole. There's really no other place to put it. I like to wear socks. I felt it was a little bit uncomfortable and a little bit too tight without any socks. So this is the power button. When you press it, all the lights light up, and when it's red, it's 15 minutes. If you want 30 minutes, press it again to make it turn to blue. Stick your feet in. Make sure the light comes on. If it doesn't come on, you probably have a defective one. If you push it one more time, the kneading intensity goes from low, medium to high. So I like it on medium. And air intensity, I also like it on medium. They say the heat doesn't really kick on unless you leave it at the 30 minutes, the blue one. And also if your room temperature is at least 76, I think is what the guy told me. But even at 76, I didn't feel that the heat really worked very well. Personally, I felt like it was barely there. So I think that's the one biggest flaw. It promotes that it has heat, and usually when you get a foot massage, the heat really helps, improve the circulation, and without it, anyway, I opted not to return it because I felt the kneading intensity along with the air intensity was quite good. You have to give it a chance to slowly get tighter and tighter. It starts off slow, and then it basically starts getting tighter and tighter. If you put it too high on both of them, and after like a couple of rotations and kneading and squishing and whatnot, it starts to hurt a lot, then just press it again off, press it 2 more times, put it to medium, and just try out the different combinations and see what works best for you. If you wear like super thick socks, you'll probably be, medium. I don't think the low feature is useful at all, so I'm not quite sure what the low is good for, because unless you have like gigantic feet. But I think for me, I'm like a size 8 women's. And I feel like I wish there was like a 4th setting, something between medium and high for both the kneading and the air intensity. As you can see, it says the heat is on, but trust me when I say, if you're buying this for the heat, you can barely feel the heat. That has nothing to do with the fact that I have socks on or no socks on. They do recommend that try to have clean feet when you're using this machine, because you don't want your stinky feet to sweat up the fabric and things like that. But it does look like there's a zipper here that you could remove to wash this piece of fabric. But if you did what I did, which is changed it from medium to high, then back to medium, it does like pause the machine, and it does like kind of restart again, so you have to wait a little bit longer before it gets to your intensity. So try it out. We really like it. We decided, we got 3 of them. That's it.
Tenéis para daros un poco de información sobre él. Bueno, como podéis ver, es de color negro, va enchufado a la red, así que ya podéis ver aquí el pilotito de power que está encendido. Funciona a través de un mando a distancia, como podéis ver aquí, que tiene una secuencia de botones que cada uno tiene una función. Entonces, por ejemplo, este es el de encendido y apagado. Aquí tenemos el de tiempo, que si lo ponemos, bueno, voy a meter los pies lo primero. Si lo pulsamos, pues ya directamente se pondría en los 15 minutos. ¿Vale? Ya empezaría a funcionar, que directamente funciona en nivel lento, ¿vale? Tiene 3 niveles, el lento, medio y el super. Entonces, aquí tenemos el del tiempo, como he dicho, que al encender el indicador está en rojo, como podéis ver aquí, que significa que son 15 minutos. Si lo volvemos a apretar, se pone de color azul y entonces el masaje sería de 30 minutos. A continuación tenemos este botoncito, ¿vale? Que es la intensidad. El aparato por dentro tiene como una especie de bolita, como los masajes que se hacen en Shiatsu, ¿vale? Que eso es lo que te va dando el masaje. Entonces tiene 3 intensidades. Ahora mismo está lento, si lo pulsamos aquí, se pondría a nivel medio y si lo volvemos a pulsar, se pondría en nivel alto. Después a continuación tenemos la intensidad del aire, que al igual que el masajeador tiene 3 intensidades. Aquí lo podéis ver en este botón en el mando para manejarlo. Entonces ahora mismo está en lento, si le damos sería en medio y si le volvemos a dar sería también en alto. ¿Qué es lo que hace esto? Esto lo que hace es como inflarse por dentro y después desinflarse. Entonces esto lo que hace que lo que es los pies se le va a quitar si tenemos a lo mejor acumulación de líquido, los tenemos muy pesados, pues eso alivia un montón. Y luego por último tenemos este botón, ¿vale? Que es el de calor, que aquí como veis está encendido porque directamente cuando se enciende la máquina se conecta. Pero si por ejemplo tenéis mucha calor o no os gusta el masaje con calor, pues simplemente lo pulsáis, ¿vale? Y como veis pues ya deja de emitir calor. La verdad que nosotros llevamos ya unos días probándolo y estamos muy contentos con él porque nos ha aliviado un montón el dolor en los pies. Una vez que terminamos el masaje nos sentimos súper ligeros y la verdad que os animamos a que lo compréis si sois personas que tenéis dolor en los pies, las piernas cansadas, los pies hinchados, porque os va a aliviar un montón.
Okay, so this is the RENPHO Intelligent Foot Massager. Bought this through Amazon. It came very quickly. It came nicely packaged, no issues with the packaging, no dents in the box. And I'm going to try to make this review as short as possible, but I'll start off by saying this. Not necessarily cons, but things just to be aware of. It does take a while for the heat to actually activate. You might not feel the heat for the first few minutes, which is normal if you've used other types of massagers. The heat doesn't turn on right away, or you can't feel the heat right away. I also found that on the low settings for both air intensity and knead intensity wasn't my cup of tea. I need them on the high intensity. If you have sensitive feet or ticklish feet, you probably don't want that. From a noise level, I say this is very acceptable. I don't think this is loud at all. I've read reviews for other products, not this one, but other products where it's been fairly loud. I think this is an acceptable amount of noise. It's not really noticeable. But I will say this. If you have ever walked for a long period of time, stood for a large part of the day, and then you come back and you think, oh my gosh, my feet ache. Putting my feet in here and feeling the compression and the kneading, the shiatsu balls hit the right spots in your arches. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I'm probably not going to walk well for the first little bit since I'm just attacking these like crazy, but I can definitely see this product really helping your feet out and just being able to give you that release. I'm a firm believer in acupuncture. I've had it chase migraines away. I've had it help with sleep. So I know this product does state that it can help with people who have sleep or insomnia problems. I haven't been able to put that to the test yet, but it is capturing and touching different pressure points on my feet, so who knows. But I fully recommend buying this product. I think, from what I can feel, it is great for your feet. And this is at about the 2:20-minute mark, so now I'm starting to feel the heat come on. So there you go. That's about it.
Very simple to use. Quick, simple power button here. On the right here, it's the air intensity. Low, medium, and high. You just press the button to get whichever one you want. Right now I have it at high. I can go back to medium here. There's also a heat setting here. If you don't want it on, you just turn it off. I like it on. And then there's knead intensity, low, medium, high. I like it a little bit middle here, so I've kept it to medium. And there's also a timer, so usually it's 15 minutes, but if you press this button, it'll go to 30 minutes there. It feels pretty good. My feet are a little small, so I do have to wiggle it a little forward, a little back, just so that the kneading happens throughout my entire foot. The intensity is pretty good. It's actually not bad for an at-home foot massager. The heat, it takes a little bit of time for it to warm up, but once it's warm, it's actually really nice. Yeah, it's pretty good and I like it.
നല്ല രസമുണ്ടടാ. അടിപൊളി. ആഹാ.
sneak with